Life after 60, 9 ways to live lighter and freer. Hitting 60 is like crossing a finish line you didn't even know you were racing toward. It's a moment to pause, take stock, and realize you've earned the right to live life on your terms. The years have taught you what matters and what doesn't. So much of what we've carried, worries, stuff, expectations, starts to feel like dead weight. Now's the time to let it go, to unpack the baggage and embrace a lighter, freer way of living. Life's too short to be bogged down by things that don't spark joy. Happiness, it turns out, doesn't need a lot of clutter. The real good stuff lies in simple moments, the ones that don't demand endless hustle or sacrifice. You don't have to chase someone else's idea of success or pretend to be anyone but yourself. At 60, you can just be authentic, unapologetic, and free. This stage invites you to stop looking for approval from the world and start listening to your own heart. By shedding what's holding you back, you make room for peace, purpose, and deep contentment. Life doesn't have to be a grind. It can be simple, meaningful, and full of joy. In this story, we'll dive into 9 things you can leave behind after 60 to live more fully and freely. Each section is a step toward a lighter life, a chance to reconnect with what truly matters. Let's take this journey together, with each part given equal weight to guide you toward a life that feels as good as it should. Turning 61 or older, you may have noticed some things just don't make sense anymore. And there's a reason why. From unexpected changes in your body to things no one warned you about, aging brings 9 surprising shifts that can leave you confused, frustrated, or even concerned. Press 1 now to uncover the 9 things that stop making sense after 61, and what you can do to stay sharp, confident, and in control. Aging doesn't have to be confusing. Press 1 to get clarity and real answers today. 1. Obsessing over other people's opinions. For decades, we've let the opinions of others steer our choices. From picking a career to choosing what to wear, we've worried about what people might think. As kids, we craved acceptance. As adults, we chased approval from bosses, neighbors, even strangers. But after 60, it's time to let that burden go. You've lived enough to know who you are and what you value. Why let someone else's judgment call the shots? Other people's opinions are just noise. Everyone sees the world through their own lens, colored by their experiences and biases. Trying to please them all is like chasing a mirage. It's exhausting and pointless. At this stage, real freedom comes from tuning out the chatter and tuning into yourself. What makes you happy? What feels right for you? That's what matters. You don't need to twist yourself into someone else's idea of perfect. Let them think what they want. You're not here to win a popularity contest. This shift isn't just liberating, it's empowering. Imagine waking up each day knowing your choices are yours alone, rooted in your values and desires. No more second guessing because a neighbor raised an eyebrow or a co-worker made a snide remark. You're at peace with your decisions, whether it's wearing that quirky hat or saying no to a draining commitment. Criticism might still come, but it doesn't sting like it used to. You've got nothing to prove to anyone but yourself. Letting go of this worry is like dropping a heavy backpack you've carried for miles. Suddenly, you can stand taller, move faster, breathe easier. You're free to be authentic, flaws, quirks, and all, without fear or guilt. This is your life, and you get to live it on your terms. After 60, that's not just a luxury, it's a right you've earned through years of hard-won wisdom. 2. Hoarding stuff. you don't need. Walk into any home and you'll find it. The closet stuffed with clothes you haven't worn in a decade, the garage packed with gadgets you forgot how to use, the attic brimming with relics from a life you no longer live. We collect things thinking they'll make us happy. A new phone, a fancy lamp, a souvenir from that one vacation. But by 60, you realize stuff doesn't equal joy. It's just clutter, taking up space in your home and your head. Every object carries a piece of your past. That old jacket reminds you of college. Those dusty books call back to a hobby you dropped years ago. Holding on to them feels safe, like preserving who you were. But here's the truth. Letting go doesn't erase your memories. It makes room for new ones. Decluttering is an act of courage, a way to say, I'm ready for what's next. Start small, open a drawer, pick one thing and ask, does this still serve me? Does it bring me joy? If the answer's no, thank it for its time and let it go. Donating, recycling, or tossing unneeded items isn't just about tidying up. It's about shifting your focus from having to living. Fewer things mean less to clean, less to organize, less to weigh you down. Your home becomes a sanctuary, not a storage unit. Your mind feels clearer too, unburdened by the mental inventory of all that stuff. Suddenly you've got space, physical and emotional, for what really matters. A cozy dinner with friends, a quiet morning with a good book, a walk in the park with your grandkids. Simplicity is powerful. It's not about living with nothing, it's about living with enough. At 60, you've learned that less can be more, a lighter load, a fuller heart. By letting go of excess, you're not losing anything. You're gaining freedom, peace, and the chance to focus on experiences over possessions. That's the kind of wealth that lasts. 3. Saying yes to every social obligation. Think about all the times you've dragged yourself to an event you dreaded, a coworker's retirement party, a distant relative's barbecue, a networking mixer that felt like a chore. You went because it seemed polite, because you didn't want to ruffle feathers, or because you thought you had to. But how often did those moments leave you energized? After 60, it's time to stop saying yes out of obligation and start choosing what truly lights you up. Your time is precious and you've earned the right to spend it wisely. That means giving yourself permission to say no without guilt. Skip the potluck if it's not your thing. Pass on the community meeting if it drains you. You don't need to be everywhere or justify your absence with a long excuse. A simple, thanks, but I can't make it, is enough. Your peace of mind is worth more than someone else's approval. This isn't about becoming a hermit. It's about curating your social life with intention. Choose gatherings where you feel valued, where laughter flows easily, where you can be yourself. Maybe it's a weekly coffee date with your best friend, a family game night, or a book club that sparks lively debates. When you're there because you want to be, not because you feel obligated, every moment feels richer, more meaningful. Saying no to what doesn't serve you is saying yes to yourself. It's reclaiming your energy for the people and places that make your heart sing. At 60, you've got the wisdom to know the difference between duty and desire. Lean into that. Prioritize joy over obligation, and watch how much brighter your days become. You deserve a social life that feels like a gift, not a to-do list. 4. Chasing impossible beauty standards. From magazine covers to Instagram filters, society's been feeding us a narrow idea of beauty: young, flawless, forever 25. We've spent years chasing that ideal, buying anti-aging creams, stressing over gray hair, feeling less than when a new wrinkle appears. It's a battle against time, and it's one we can't win. After 60, it's time to call a truce and embrace the beauty of who you are right now. Your face tells a story. Every line is a laugh shared with friends, a tear shed in tough times, a moment lived fully. Why hide that? Those crow's feet aren't flaws. They're proof of a life rich with experience. Sure, take care of yourself. Eat well, move your body, wear clothes that make you feel good. But that's about health and confidence, not fitting into someone else's mold. You don't need to look like a 30-year-old to be beautiful. You need to feel like you. Letting go of appearance anxiety is liberating. It's walking into a room without worrying if your hair's perfect or your outfit's trendy. It's smiling at your reflection, not because you meet some standard, but because you're proud of the person looking back. Authenticity is magnetic. People aren't drawn to you because you've erased every sign of aging. They're drawn to your warmth, your wisdom, your zest for life. At 60, beauty is about owning your story, not rewriting it. Stop wasting energy on standards that don't reflect your reality. Love the body that's carried you through decades of adventures. Celebrate the changes, not because they're perfect, but because they're yours. That kind of self-acceptance radiates a glow no filter can match, and it frees you to live with joy, not judgment. 5. Sticking to routines that don't spark joy. Life has a way of locking us into routines. Maybe you've been going to the same gym class for years, even though it bores you, or you're still volunteering for a cause that no longer feels meaningful. We do these things out of habit because it's what we've always done. But after 60, it's time to ask, does this still make me happy? If the answer's no, it's okay to walk away. Routines can feel comforting, but they can also trap us in a cycle of monotony. You're not the same person you were at 40, so why should your days look the same? Take a hard look at your schedule. That book club you dread, that hobby you've outgrown, they're not mandatory. Let them go. Life's too short to spend it on activities that feel like a slog. This is your chance to rediscover what sets your soul on fire. Maybe you've always wanted to try painting, learn to play guitar, or take up bird watching. Or maybe joy looks like simpler things. Long chats with your kids, lazy mornings with a crossword, walks in the park. The point is to fill your days with intention, choosing activities that make you excited to get out of bed. Breaking free from joyless routines isn't about abandoning responsibility. It's about reclaiming your time for what matters. At 60, you've got the clarity to know what fuels you and what doesn't. Lean into that wisdom. Build a life that feels vibrant, not automatic. Every day is a chance to choose joy, and there's no better time to start than now. 6. Holding on to toxic relationships. Some people lift us up, others drag us down. Yet we hold on to toxic relationships. Negative friends, critical relatives, draining acquaintances, out of loyalty, habit, or fear of conflict. Maybe you've known them forever, or they're family, so you feel obligated to stick it out. But after 60, it's time to let go of anyone who dims your light. Toxic people sap your energy. They criticize, complain, or make you feel small, leaving you exhausted instead of uplifted. You don't owe them your time, no matter how long you've known them. Walking away isn't selfish, it's self-preservation. You deserve to be surrounded by people who respect you, who cheer you on, who make you feel seen and valued. Letting go can be hard, especially with family or old friends, but it doesn't always mean cutting ties completely. Sometimes it's about setting boundaries, limiting contact, steering clear of hot-button topics, or simply not engaging with their negativity. Other times, it's a clean break. Either way, it's about choosing your peace over their drama. When you clear out toxic relationships, you make space for better ones, new friends, supportive family, kind neighbors. These are the people who deserve your time. At 60, you know the difference between those who add to your life and those who take away. Surround yourself with love and laughter, and don't look back. Life's too short for anything less. 7. Comparing your life to others. Comparison is a thief. From childhood, we're taught to measure ourselves against others. Better grades, bigger houses, flashier vacations. Social media makes it worse, with everyone's highlight reel on display. It's easy to look at someone else's life and feel like you're falling short. But after 60, you've lived enough to know comparison is a waste of time. Everyone's path is different. That friend with the fancy car, they've got struggles you don't see. The neighbor who travels the world, their life isn't better, it's just theirs. Your journey with its highs and lows is uniquely yours. Every choice you've made, every battle you've fought, has shaped a story no one else can claim. Why measure it against someone else's? Instead of looking outward, look at your own life. Think of the moments that make you proud, the time you stood up for what's right, the love you've poured into your family, the small victories no one else noticed. Those are your treasures, not someone else's achievements. Success isn't a one-size-fits-all formula. What matters is that you're living true to yourself. At 60, celebrate your uniqueness. Stop scrolling through Instagram wondering why your life doesn't look like theirs. Embrace your story, imperfections, detours, and all. When you let go of comparison, you find peace in what you've built, who you've become. That's not just enough, it's everything. 8. Chasing goals. That no longer fit goals give life direction, but not every dream stands the test of time. Maybe you once aimed for a corner office, a marathon finish line, or a sprawling dream home. Some of those goals came from your heart. Others were handed to you by society, family, or a younger version of yourself. After 60, it's time to check in. Do these goals still matter? If not, it's okay to let them go. Clinging to outdated dreams can feel like dragging a ball and chain. That big career move might not excite you anymore. That bucket list trip might feel overwhelming now. Forcing yourself to keep chasing them doesn't make you a winner. It makes you tired. Wisdom is knowing when to pivot, when to say, "This isn't for me anymore." That's not failure, it's growth. Take stock of what you want now. Maybe it's simpler things, more time with your grandkids, a garden that blooms all summer, a new skill like photography, or maybe it's bolder, a solo road trip, a volunteer gig that lights you up. The key is to choose goals that align with who you are today, not who you were at 30. They should make your heart race, not your stress levels. At 60, life's about living, not achieving. Set goals that spark joy, that feel meaningful in this chapter. Let go of the ones that don't, and you'll find a new kind of freedom, one that comes from chasing what truly matters to you, right here, right now. 9. Feeling guilty for putting yourself first. We've spent a lifetime putting others first, raising kids, supporting spouses, helping friends, showing up for work. It's beautiful, but it often means sidelining our own dreams. When we try to prioritize ourselves, guilt sneaks in, whispering that we're being selfish. After 60, it's time to silence that voice and claim your right to happiness. Putting yourself first isn't about neglecting others. It's about filling your own cup. You've given so much to the world. Now it's your turn. Want to take that art class? Do it. Dream of a quiet weekend away? Book it. Say no to a favor that feels like too much? That's okay. Your needs are just as valid as anyone else's, and you don't need to apologize for them. This shift takes courage. Society tells us self-care is indulgent, especially for women, but that's nonsense. You can't love others fully if you're running on empty. When you're happy and fulfilled, you bring more to every relationship. More patience, more laughter, more love. Prioritizing yourself is a gift to everyone around you. At 60, let go of the guilt. Chase what makes you smile, whether it's a big dream or a small joy. Live with intention, knowing you deserve every bit of happiness you create. That's not selfish. It's the truest form of self-love, and it lights up the world around you. The lighter, fuller life after 60 is your chance to live authentically, unburdened by what no longer serves you. Ditch the worry about others' opinions, the clutter in your home, the endless social obligations. Let go of beauty standards, joyless routines, and toxic relationships. Stop comparing your life to others, chasing outdated goals, or feeling guilty for choosing yourself. Each step is a move toward freedom, a life that's lighter, simpler, and truer to who you are. You've earned this. So unpack the baggage, take a deep breath, and step into this chapter with joy. The best is yet to come, and it starts with living for you. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and share with your friends. Your support keeps these stories alive. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new episode. And if today's story touched your heart, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Take care, stay well, and see you in the next story.